This is the video version of the Division Z podcast, which is streamed live on Twitch every single Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch the live version of this podcast, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. A link is in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Division Z podcast. Today is episode 6. My name is Jason.
And I am K Cosmic.
Welcome to this episode of the Division Z podcast. Everyone in the chat, or we got people in the chat early going, what song was that playing? That was Archangel by Kevin Sherwood and Elena Sigmund and all the classic people that make the fantastic songs over there in the sound department over at Treyarch Studios. So that's what that was, ladies and gentlemen. You might notice I'm not wearing my jacket today just because way too fucking hot today to wear a jacket. And I don't want to die of a heat stroke on stream. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
It's been really hot here the past few days in the UK. But where I live, like, it was really hot yesterday. And me and my girlfriend were in town getting ice cream. And then, out of nowhere, there's a giant thunderstorm that was caught right in the middle.
Damn.
And since we're supposed to be social distancing and all that, she got picked up, but I couldn't really get in their car.
Oh, no.
so I was fine.
Bruh.
It was pretty, on the topic of weather, like, it was bad.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
But we're not here to talk about weather. What are we here to talk about?
We're here to talk about, we got a couple things we want to talk about. First things first, I want to talk about Europa, okay? Europa is another one of those custom zombies maps that has got the community in a bit of a buzz recently because it's got the same production quality as a Treyarch map like Leviathan did, and it's got a lot of hype surrounding it. Made by Logical Edits, well-known mapper in the community. For those of you who have played Endolin, he was the dude behind Endolin. But yeah, it's a really fantastic map. And I think I'm gonna go out on a limb. This is kind of a hot take. I think it's better than Leviathan. I mean, it's a small map, but it works. It works really, really well as a small map.
I think I like big maps, but I don't think a map's quality should be determined by the size. And I think if a map is really good when it's like really small, yeah. But obviously, a lot of people think bigger is better, which in all regards is like true, because you got maps like Origins, which can be argued is better than a small map like Kino, even though Kino's good.
Yeah,
it's like it can be argued. But from what the look of things, I haven't played the map yet because my PC died a few days ago, so I'm trying to get everything back and going.
F in the chat for that, by the way.
Yeah, F in the chat, yes. But from the look of things, like I seen the trailer and I seen some gameplay of the map. It looks gorgeous. Cool. The wonder weapons look cool. Like everything about the map looks fantastic. And I think it looks better than Leviathan from like a sort of trailer standpoint.
Absolutely, man. And then you jump in game and then you see Big Boy Jupiter, and that shit looks so pretty.
That's in everyone's thumbnail.
I mean, it's the thing to do. Europa is quite good, but got a question. Did you get that box open? Well, Stevie. That box didn't get opened. It was actually a nothing, and I thought it was something because I don't know. There's this box in Europa that's by one of the launch pads, and it's the Shadows of Evil like summoning key box.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, okay, it looks out of place to me. So I'm thinking, all right, let me go ahead and see if I can open this. It's just set decoration. I spent like 45 minutes trying to figure out, well, maybe if I open this box, it'll give me the key card I need, or, whatever. But then in reality, all I had to do was get 75 kills with the upgraded scavenger, and that's part of the Easter egg, not open a box.
Well, I mean, that's not your fault. I've seen the gameplay where you have to go around the map opening them. I don't know how many there is. Is there like one, or is there a few of them? The Shadows of Evil boxes.
I think there's only one from what I saw.
Okay. Well, that's not completely your fault. You're kind of baited into thinking that there's something. Maybe you put it in there. Just be like, okay, let's see if anyone like.
Okay, because here's the thing too. They got the Garad Krovi Dragon Rider console and the Dragon Eggs too, and I thought that was something, but It's not. I mean, at least I don't think it's anything. I mean, it's a
Decoration.
lot of it. Exactly, a lot of it is just set decoration. How was it in EU? EU Europa? Oh yeah, Europa's fantastic. I see what you did there. When you assume the Easter egg step is more complicated than you think, dude, I swear Treyarch's got me fucked up in my head trying to overcomplicate these Easter eggs, right?
Oh yeah, no.
I think there's more things to it. You know what I'm saying?
Anything after like what's a hard Easter egg? Anything after
fucking Revelations, dude. Revelations have the most random Easter egg steps.
Yeah, no. At least the past ones kind of made sense. Like they all kind of tied together. Revelations was like a sort of set piece showing like where they were going with Easter eggs and just making them hard and random. Like like blood.
Blood of the dead. Woo!
Here's the thing, right? People argue that Blood's Easter egg is bad, which I completely like agree with them on.
Is, yeah.
But the format of it is quite similar to Go Rod's. Like, you know how you have the 5 sort of challenges you have to do around the map. Like the bit before that you have to do, and then you have the 5 challenges.
Right.
They're fine. Like the challenges in Blood are like they look cool. And the story wise they're amazing, but you're not actually doing them.
It's not fun.
No.
You just don't want to do it.
Better.
See, the thing is, too, like with Europa, and I haven't completed the Easter egg yet, but apparently, and I didn't know this until this morning, when we got the Elemental Scavenger yesterday, the Tesla and the Fury, we were like 2 steps or 3 steps away from completing the Easter egg yesterday. Like, I was so close to completing the Easter egg on the map, and I had no clue. That, to me, just goes to show you how good of a map Europa is, that just playing the map and just progressing on it normally is the way to go for the Easter egg. And that I just works so well hand in hand, you know. I think another map, if we're comparing Europa to a Treyarch map, because, you know, it's got the same quality of a Treyarch map. Drak, I think, that is the best map that goes hand in hand with gameplay and map flow because of where you have to go and how to activate things. That's what it kind of felt like to me, where I'm just playing the map. I'm just trying to get the upgraded scavengers. I want to use some cool weapons. And then, oh, hey, did you know you're like 2 steps away from beating the Easter egg? Like, holy cow, you know, that's awesome. You know, Treyarch loved those number Easter eggs. Voyage, Blood of the Dead, Tag, Alpha, Omega. Yeah, I don't know. Something's got to change there.
I think going into the future, maybe they'll kind of stride away from making stuff too complicated. I mean, probably not, because I feel like their thing is, okay, we have to make it as hard as possible so people spend longer on our games, because it seems when someone beats the Easter egg on a map, that's when the map dies.
A little bit.
In the YouTube sort of community, like, after an Easter egg is beaten, it seems like that map's kind of like passed over because the hype's all aiming towards getting that ending cutscene.
Yeah, I mean, it's like maybe a week or 2 after the map is out, it starts kind of going downhill a little bit until I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe someone does a Easter egg speedrun of some kind, or you know, whatever it might be. But that's, I don't know. That's the one enigma to me that I just could never understand. Like, we burn through content so quickly in the zombies community that when we get in droughts of, well, there's nothing to watch because there's no new map, or, you know, the map that we got isn't like super exciting. It's always so weird to me to experience, because you would think people could just sit down and play zombies just for what zombies is, but then nobody wants to watch that, which is weird. It's always been this weird concept, I guess. I don't really know what else to call it, but it's always been this weird concept where it's like, you know, I would assume, wouldn't the zombies community want to play the map for what it is as much as possible because it's a new map? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it. There are a lot of maps that just aren't that great, like Voyage of Despair, but I mean, again, it's like, what do you do after that? You know, like if Voyage of Despair was a new map that just came out and we made all our guides, the Easter egg was done, you know, we did speed runs, and, you know, we busted out everything in like 2 weeks. what do you do after that? You know, can't we just play zombies for the love of zombies, or what will? You know, it's weird. It's kind of a weird little thing.
Like, it seems like it's just for the cutscene sort of thing. Like, that's the one ambition. I know you got all these people out here trying to find leaks. Like, you know, give me everything. Like, right. Let the game come out. Like, enjoy the game.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in a previous episode where it's like all these people dig for leaks, and then they find the leaks. They leak the Easter egg cutscene. They leak all this stuff, and then they're disappointed when they burn through the content before the thing even comes out.
Yeah.
So what? Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Like, leaks can like kill a game a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah.
Like The Last of Us. For people that don't know, the second part came out and it's been pretty controversial. Pretty much the game got leaked a month in advance, and
really,
I think like not the whole plot, but a lot of things were leaked. Right?
Wow.
Because they try and push certain things that some people don't feel like fit in the game.
Interesting.
And that's what leaks are about, right? And from that point on, The Last of Us 2 has just been like a downward spiral. People are like, I'm not gonna buy the game.
Wow.
I'm not gonna play the game. I don't want to play the game.
That's
insane.
For
a lot of people, like, obviously it's been highly criticized, and I'm not saying by any means it's a good game, but theoretically, The Last of Us, the first one, created so much hype that this next one should have created like a whole new wave of hype. But with The Last of Us 2, it just feels like people are on the way to get disappointed from what like everyone was saying.
That's so fascinating to me because I remember how critically acclaimed The Last of Us was. I mean, the thing is, I played like half of the first one a long time ago. I never finished it, but I thought it was a pretty good game. I was like, okay, I get why people are like super into this, you know. So my assumption was, you know, when The Last of Us 2 came out, it was going to be, you know, this is game of the year, right? But now, I don't know. You got all this controversy around it, which I have no fucking clue what the controversy is, by the way, and I don't know. There's a lot of people who are defending this game to death.
Yeah, no,
I don't understand what's going on with it, but wait, is this true, chat? E.T. for the Atari has a higher Metacritic score. Is that actually true?
Wait, what?
Yo, is that actually true? We got someone let's fact check that for me, chat. I want to see it.
The E.T. game got a higher rating than Last of Us 2.
Bruh, that E.T. game from the Atari, oh my god. It's bringing back a memory. I remember, what was it? Like, who remembers Angry Video Game Nerd?
I don't.
Okay, it was this dude who had this basement full of retro games, and he was like Rage Quit before Rage Quit to me. Like, he would just get mad at these really shitty NES and SNES games, and I think, was it him who did a video on it? And it was like literally the worst fucking game ever at the time, that it sold no copies, and what they had to do was they had to get rid of the game. So what they did, there's a landfill filled with these games just somewhere in the middle of like Texas or something.
Nice.
Like,
so someone's gonna make a walk one day.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh my god.
You could dig up this Atari game out of the ground, and you'll see just a sea of these discarded games just buried underground.
God. Imagine that. Imagine making a game that was so bad that you had to.
Yeah, you had to literally make an entire landfill of that one game because nobody wanted the game. It sucked so bad.
That's funny. But going back to the Last of Part 2, like, there's people that are like, oh my god, I love the game. And then other people that like just completely, you know, shit on the game, being like, it's the worst, and go attacking like critics and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Sorry, there's a silence in between there. I thought you were continuing.
No. Yeah, I'll continue. What was I saying? Sorry.
The critics. People are going after the critics. Okay, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
With the critics and all that, make your own opinion about the game. You know, that should be kind of obvious. You know, and you know what's funny to me? A lot of people go, you know, well, you should make your own opinion on the game or on the movie, and then that opinion that person has just so happens to align with the critics. When the person then goes, well, this is my own opinion, people are so quick to be like, well, you're just following the crowd.
Yeah.
You're just agreeing with the critics, when in reality that could just be their totally honest opinion,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, the Star Wars sequel movies, I hate them. I don't think they're good movies. I think it's rubbish. It's a disgrace to Star Wars and what it is.
Is that a cash grab?
Yes. And, and then a lot of people will be like, well, Jason, you're just hopping on the hate bandwagon and da-da-da. No, that's literally my opinion, because I grew up with Star Wars, and I've seen the movies flourish and prosper and be the best versions of themselves that they can be, and then you just got this shit and you go, why? And
I can see that. Yeah,
it's like I consider myself a Star Wars fan, but where the canon ends for me is Return of the Jedi. Hands down.
Here's the thing. I like Transformers, right? Like, I grew up on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched the movies?
A long, long time ago. I don't remember anything.
Well, pretty much every movie after the first one is just awful. Like,
really?
Like, bad. Like, bad. Or not... So, I mean, like, two of them are fine, but, like, in general, like, you got the original 5 movies, and then you got a spin-off, which is really good. But the spin-off isn't really related to the main 5, but the main 5, except the first one, are just... Oh, God, they're so long. They're like 3 hours long. Well, not 3 hours long. They're like 2.5 hours long. And all the money kind of goes on making them look cool. Like, the robots, like, transforming and all that.
Wasn't Michael Bay the director and producer, or was he just director?
Yeah. He was both, I'm pretty sure, for most of them.
Makes sense.
I think the fifth one was technically his last one, but on the spin-off, the Bumblebee movie, he kind of worked on that.
That happened, didn't it?
Yeah,
I forgot that happened.
Really good. That was a good film. Like, it definitely gave some life back into the franchise, which was dying. Like, the movies were just so they went nowhere.
Okay, interesting. Wow. Huh. Never knew that, actually.
Sounds like it's kind of similar to Star Wars, where there's a few good movies and then they just kept going.
There are 6 good movies, okay, and those are the original 6.
Yeah.
Rogue One is the best of the Disney ones, but it still has its problems.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, I mean, the Han Solo movie was okay. I mean, I liked it at first, and then I after watching it again, I just kind of went, I mean, Han Solo's one of my favorite characters, but I don't know, it just didn't feel right, and it's weird.
Did it feel kind of forced, maybe?
A little bit. I think it was definitely a little. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Lobster in the chat. It was unnecessary. I agree. I mean, what's funny too is in The Last Jedi, quite possibly one of the worst movies ever made. They make this huge deal out of Han Solo's dice when Luke is talking to Leia, and it's all this dramatic tension, right? And then they have to call back to it in Solo because symbolism for some reason. It's just this really, really forced symbolism that it doesn't matter because the dice it doesn't mean anything to us. Because the dice isn't what makes Han Solo Han Solo. Han Solo makes Han Solo Han Solo. Man. A smuggler, he's space cowboy. The dude's a space cowboy who becomes a rebellion leader and puts his selfishness behind him for the greater good. What a cool fucking character,
Yeah.
And then I was just about to say that, Lobster. Yes, it kind of ruined the symbolism. Because, you have something, and then I'm going to shut up. because
it's okay.
Because I'm gonna get into an angry rant pretty soon, and I really don't feel like getting angry right now.
Well, let me ask this: is the same director behind all the films, or is there a different director for the free?
J.J. Abrams did Force Awakens.
Okay.
Then J.J. Abrams went, fuck it, we have no plan for the sequel trilogy. Rian Johnson, why don't you write and direct The Last Jedi? So Rian Johnson wrote and directed The Last Jedi, fucked everything up. Then J.J. Abrams came back for Rise of Skywalker and said, well, shit, I gotta clean up this mess and make an even bigger mess.
Yeah, so it wasn't really his fault. He tried to pick up the pieces, but you can't really pick up the pieces of a broken plate. Putting them back together, you can't really do that.
Like, I would have forgiven The Force Awakens if the other two movies were good. Because at least The Force Awakens had some kind of starting point and some sort of building block to go forward with certain characters and certain arcs. But they just didn't go that direction for God knows why. But, I don't want to get into the really nitty gritty angry critiques, but that's it. Yeah.
Well, no, I understand that frustration. Like me who likes the Transformers films, the first one was good as a setup film, but the next four, it weirdly felt like it was going somewhere, but it never did. The first one was like, okay, yeah, the base is set down. And then the second one, this is like a giant meme. Like if you watch the films, you know about this. But you know Megatron is like the bad guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, he died in the first one, but then he came back in the second one.
Just like Palpatine came back to life in Rise of Skywalker, guys.
No, but it gets worse. He dies in the third one. He comes back in the fourth one.
So it's just an infinite cycle of death, alive, death, alive, death, alive.
Because the thing is, I don't think they realized this at the time, but they kind of need him to make the movie. They killed him off in the first one. So pretty much, they killed him in the first one, and then they brought him back, in the second one to make the movie plot.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived to the third one, and then he pretty much saved Optimus Prime, the good guy. And then out of nowhere, which is completely against Optimus Prime's thing, right? He doesn't really kill unless he has to.
Yeah.
He just goes and completely slaughters them.
Sick.
If you watch the movie, the Megatron literally saves him from this other guy, right? Saying okay, no more fighting. We need to work together. And Optimus Prime just kills him for some reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the fourth one, they bring him back, but it's people that brought him back by accident.
Interesting.
And pretty much he's called Galvatron for so they don't really explain it. In old cartoons, it was explained because he was reincarnated by this other guy.
Interesting.
This higher being or whatever, who'd make him into this thing and name him Galvatron, right? So he calls himself Galvatron during the whole film. But in the fifth one, he calls himself Megatron without any explanation.
Nice.
And he looks nothing similar to the one in the fourth film. If you compare the fourth one to the fifth one, there's theories about it, but it makes no sense. He looks completely different. You wouldn't think he's the same person.
When I hear things like this, I just go, what the fuck? I just...
Where's the correlation? How does it make sense? What's going on?
I honestly have no clue what happens, honestly, for production studios. I don't know. I don't understand why. There's so many overarching plot points that make or break a movie that I don't understand how they missed the mark so many times, over and over and over again. It's the same studios that make these movies year after year. I don't get it. What goes on in the production process that a movie ends up, or a show or whatever, ends up so flawed and so unwatchable at certain times that it makes you go, are we regressing with entertainment? Because we had some amazing shit 10, 20, 30 years ago. And now it's... Are we getting dumber? Okay, is that what's happening, you know?
Here's what I'm going to say, right? All right. There's no reasons for these films to be shit because they have such a high, like, production budget, right?
And I'm sorry, I gotta interject real quick. By are we getting dumber, I meant the audience, not the production studios. Because like exactly what you just said, they have the money, they have the resources to do this shit, and they just don't choose to do it. I'm talking about, is the audience getting dumber?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Right, okay, right. I'm going to put something in, like... I'll explain it on the way, but pretty much... I have the Transformers budgets, like, you know, the money it takes to make the movies.
Oh,
right?
nice.
Up on the screen right now obviously I'm not live streaming, but I will tell you what it is. So pretty much, it doesn't say for the first one for some reason, but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
For the second film, the budget is 200 million, right?
Okay.
Very high budget, and that movie probably makes around like I don't know, it doesn't say, probably like a few billion, right? It makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then the next one goes down a wee bit for some reason, but it's slightly better than the second one. So this one costs less, but is better than that one.
Okay.
And then by far the worst Transformers film, and quite possibly, genuinely one of the worst films, like in the 20th century, definitely, like one of the worst films just in history. Transformers: The Last Knight has a whopping budget of $217 million, right?
Yeah, wow.
And it made a lot of money, but the film is... I wonder if I can get Transformers 5 review. Let me just get a...
Yeah, the budgets... Okay. Yeah, the budgets keep going up, but then what happens?
Okay, so Rotten Tomatoes, it has 15%.
Oh my god!
Metacritic, it has 27.
Ugh.
And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It's just that it feels like with movies, they put so much money into them, get great actors and that, and then towards the end, it's like, oh, we better write a script.
yeah. It seems really bad. Could you imagine, right? The backwards filmmaking process. All right, guys, we have actors, and we're gonna make them do stuff on screen. Sir, we kind of need a script. You know, a cohesive beginning, middle, and end, and perhaps a arc for characters to start and complete at the end of the film. No, fuck that. We just gotta have some really cool special effects and just some mind-numbing entertainment for 3 hours. You know, which I don't mind. Sometimes I don't mind mind-numbing entertainment.
It's nice to have something.
It's gotta be good, but it has to have some sort of good aspect to it for me to actually want to care about it.
Yeah, like. As far as the Transformers films go, they all look incredible. Like, even the first one, which I watched, like, probably about a month ago, right? I was pretty shocked at how a film from, like, 2007 still looked this nice, like, as far as the detail that goes into it.
Yeah.
But, like, it just feels like they... I don't know, it feels like there's kids writing it. Half the stuff doesn't make sense. Like I said, the whole Transformers 4 and 5, right? The bad guy comes back, and he has a new name and a completely new image, right?
Yeah.
And then the next film, he's back to his previous self and looks nothing like
he
does
weird.
In the fourth one. It's like, what's going on? Like, you know? And there's just the
maybe for all we know, there are children writing the scripts, and the guys who we think are actually writers aren't actually writers, and the children are ghost writers.
Maybe. I mean,
conspiracy.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh my god, man! But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird sometimes in the film industry. I mean, I honestly couldn't be able to name a new movie coming out in the theaters nowadays. I mean, let's be honest, no movie theaters are open. But like,
oh yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the movies that were coming out before this whole pandemic thing happened. I wouldn't remember, because maybe I just don't care that much about what goes on the silver screen nowadays anymore. But
yeah,
which is funny because I'm literally in the entertainment industry. But
Okay, but let me ask this, right? Um, let's say a movie budget was like around 200 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much money, like how much revenue of that movie would be a good profit? Like roughly, if you have any idea.
Honestly, I mean, I think as long as you go positive,
You
like
think?
that's how I like to think of it. I mean, I could have a totally, uninformed opinion there, but if anyone else wants to chime in the chat as well, feel free. But I've always thought, and the way I've talked to people about this before, is as long as you go positive, you earn more than you put into it, then you made. I think it was a success.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well.
So.
Um.
Or a success in the way of pulling in the numbers, because a movie's overall quality doesn't rely on the budget alone. Obviously, I think that's key.
One movie that did really bad, like with critics and all that, was Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
And in the box office as well, I'm pretty sure, back in that day. Obviously, do you know the film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the reason it was, and there's an interview with what's it? Morgan Freeman, isn't it? It's him in it, isn't it? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. And he's like, yeah, the movie is really good, but when people came out of them and recommended the movie, he'd be like, yeah, there's this really good film. What was it? The Redemption of Shawshank. And then other people would call it, like, the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah,
Quite a long name, isn't it?
Yeah.
And people were just calling it, like, Shawshank Redemption. Like, Redemption of Shawshank. Like, all these different names. That weren't the actual name. Because, like, they blamed it on that. It's a really bad title.
Weird.
Which is, other factors, obviously, they probably couldn't see coming. But I have the growth revenue of the Transformer movies here. And the one that got the most, what was 215 million, made 605 million.
Wow.
But there's previous films that used I think it was a bit less than that, and they made over $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I know a lot of people can probably be like, oh yeah, that movie's gonna do really good in the box office. That movie isn't gonna do really good in the box office. Like, for the most part, it's kind of easy to tell what movie's gonna do well, what movie's not. But sometimes you got some movies that you just it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable what's gonna happen. And then
I see the Cats movie budget.
Oh my God, that's just a sin.
95 million.
That's a sin.
Really? For all the actors they had in it.
But that's a sin.
I know it is, but that's kind of. Okay, so it had the 95 million, but is that the? Yeah, it's the new one. Oh my God! Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, 275 million.
Yep.
Oh my God!
You just took a look at the revenue, didn't you?
No, let me look. I haven't looked at the revenue. Do I want to look up the revenue? I'll do it.
And then you'll yep. Oh.
Stars the Rise of gross revenue. Let's have a look here.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
People just buy into it,
The brand is Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what sells at the end of the day.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens, 2 billion. Jeez, that's a lot.
Yep.
Joker, 1 billion. Oh, I thought they would have done better, to be honest. I mean, I guess with Joker. Actually, you know what? With Joker, I guess it can't reach all audiences.
Potentially, because
you know how it's more of a adult film.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but yeah, I agree with that. It looked more. It had more darker themes than, your normal Batman goes and beats him up for half an hour and a half.
Here, Avengers Endgame did all right. like almost 3 billion. But we all expected that just because of a big conclusion.
Literally,
like the movies won't do as well as that again, probably. Like unless they bring out something, I don't know. They can't. No, it won't unless they have an overall ending conclusion to the whole franchise. Which
you're gonna have fucking Primus Thanos and Ultimus Thanos over here. You're gonna have,
oh yeah, 2 Thanos is just fighting it out.
But yeah, man, it's interesting. I think overall, the one word you just can use to describe what goes on in entertainment nowadays is, huh?
Yes.
Just,
Or money.
Money. I like money.
Why did you make this film? I like money.
Oh, the Mr. Krabs meme. Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's why video games are becoming a much bigger industry. Because I think people are getting sick of movies, honestly. Yeah. I mean, they're not getting sick of movies, but they're getting sick of, like, you know, I don't know. To me personally, it's like I'm getting sick of the same old. And I think video games just give such a big alleyway to that, because now you have esports and you have, you know, gaming communities and all these events that you can go to. Now, I'm not saying movies don't have events and stuff like the red carpet and, you know, film festivals and things like that.
Yeah.
But what's generating more interest, and what is already $1 billion? What the gaming industry has become $1 billion industry so fucking quickly that it's still going. Like in the next 10 years, gaming is going to rival, you know, esports. I think it's going to rival basketball, football, you know, entertainment, the competitive scene.
The thing is,
it's getting insane.
There's such, and when I say such, I mean like such a wide variety of games that are like in esports now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's so much to it, and I feel like video games is sort of something that everyone can do, no matter like your sort of like situation you're in. Like with sports and that, obviously, like, you know, getting into a football team or something. Mm-hmm. When you work really hard, you can reach some goals, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like sometimes it's not as easy, like, to reach that.
Well, I mean, you know, it's like any other sport. I mean, it's the same thing with esports. You're not guaranteed a spot on a roster. You know.
Oh yeah, no.
You can go to challengers. You can go on BattleNet, or not BattleNet. What is it? Game battles, and you can put your name in the hat for tournaments, and you can really grind your ass off. You know, you're not guaranteed a roster spot. You could generate some eyes. You can, you know, get your sponsors as an individual player. There's just a lot of different things you can do with esports, and then before you know it, you could be on a roster.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you gotta work on yourself.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
You gotta really work on yourself, and not just esports, any sport. You know, football, you're a quarterback. I gotta practice throwing the football, and I gotta practice, you know, scrambling or whatever it is. You're still not guaranteed a roster spot, but you're still gonna generate eyes. You're still gonna generate sponsorships, and then, you know, put that shit out there, man, and get that positive mojo going. You know, determination is the key, and, you know, you could find yourself on a roster spot, maybe even the starter.
True. Now, on that topic, you know Ninja, obviously, everyone knows him.
Yes.
Have you heard the big play he did?
The Mixer thing.
Yes.
Mixer shuts down and merges with Facebook Gaming. Admittingly, I don't know too much about this subject, but Ninja and Shroud did sign multi-million-dollar deals with Mixer to stay on the platform, and then they just completely shut down. And Ninja and Shroud get this huge payday. I think Ninja got like $5 million up front for it.
No, he got 30.
30?
Yeah, Shroud got 10 million, and Ninja got 30, because their whole contract was over like a 3-year thing, I think, at the time, right? So you're supposed to get the money in bits, right?
So they just give it to him all at once now because Mixer just shut down.
Yes. But there's a reason. There's a reason they did that. It's because they gave him another offer to join Facebook Gaming, which roughly they said, okay, if you come to Facebook Gaming, we'll give you 60 million. But obviously he didn't take that. Like, not obviously. Like, it's a really tempting offer.
Whoa.
Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. 60 million is a really tempting offer, right?
Bro.
But he's walking away with 30 million on the spot.
Yeah, that's insanity.
And now he gets to do whatever he wants. He doesn't ever have to play a video game again. He will, because like he loves them.
That's yeah.
Even though he's quite a controversial person, like say what you will about him. Overall, I think he's like probably a nice guy at the end of the day.
I don't know too much about him, so I can't really speak on it.
Yeah, no. I don't think he's an awful person or anything. I just think he got really lucky, and he's using it to his full advantage, which is perfectly fine. Like good on good on him, sort of thing, right?
Dude, 30 million's 30 million. Like
yeah, no,
yeah.
Like I mean, just big ups. I know Shroud got like 10 million, but like still, like good for him as well. Like they both walked away.
Yeah, exactly.
Like.
You can't help but not be like, wow, good for them. And the fact is, that's gaming. That you made that kind of money from gaming.
Yeah, you got these people out here working, like, like the older people, like 9 to 5 jobs, like disrespecting video games, like, oh, you can't do anything with them. Like, which is, fair enough. It's their opinion.
Yeah, I mean.
But then you got Ninja out here just, I got 30 million for just saying no.
You know what? That's the thing, man. It's, there's a bunch. Just, what is it? There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to make money. There's more than one way to hustle. There's more than one way to grind. And, for some it's gaming. For some it's that 9 to 5. If that's where they're really happy, they want to do an office job 9 to 5. All the more power to them. It is funny to me though to listen to some people knock certain professions just because they don't necessarily agree with it.
I understand.
But oh well, their loss. I mean, it doesn't. I don't care. People
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like it's up to you. As long as you make an income that you can support yourself with, and if you have family, then them as well, and you enjoy what you're doing, then there's there's nothing wrong with that.
You do something you love doing, you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly. I have a story about this one guy who works in a bank, right? And he makes a lot of money, but he's admitted that he hates his job and he hates going to work. But he makes a lot of money, so that's why he does it. I
mean,
But you can understand,
when it comes down to that, I think at that point it becomes what you need. When you get to that point where you're making money because you need to make money, and you're not having fun with it, I do feel bad. I do, because obviously maybe some of these people don't necessarily want to be in the position they're in. I mean, at that point it becomes a need. Like I said, at that point it becomes a need to make money. But that doesn't mean you can't work on a side hustle, I think.
Yeah, no.
I think, work something on the side to get you, oh my God, what am I trying to say? Get you in the spot where you can actually comfortably leave that job. Hello, chat. Yes, I see your messages. Hi. Hello, Legendario, Sunstriker. How's everyone doing? Welcome.
Let's say streaming, right? Let's say you worked a really bad job or you don't enjoy your job, but you really like Minecraft. You could stream Minecraft and make videos that in your off time, and eventually you could create such a following that you could leave your job.
Yeah.
There is this one Minecraft guy. What's his? I think it's Fit MC. I think that's his name.
Hey, thanks for the host, Legendario.
Pretty much, this guy used to be like a school teacher, right? And they made these videos as a joke at first, and then they got to the point where it was like, okay, I need to be careful that my school and students don't find out about this, right? And he did his job in school and streaming and that, and then he found himself in a position I'm not really doing good at either of these things right now since I'm doing both. And then someone found out about him, which the school the school was perfectly like cool with.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, okay, it's time. It's my time to leave. Like working at the school, just because you can't
there you go.
do really work with a class with that knows he's like a big YouTuber.
Yeah, you know what? It's timing. Timing is so key for everybody. And you make choices like that where you decide to leave a job like that and pursue something else. That's something you got to find within yourself and fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Is he British? He's actually Scottish. My friend is Scottish here.
A lot of people class me as British just because, like, since I live in the UK, like, it's kind of weird. Like, there's England, Scotland, and Wales, which makes the UK.
Right.
And if you live in any of there, you could say that you're, British. But as far as things go, I won't go too much into it, but Scotland doesn't really like England too much. So, as far as things go, we don't. They kind of have control over everything we do.
Yeah.
Like, I won't. Like I said, I won't go too much into it, but we can't really do anything without them being like no. So, yes, I am Scottish or British or whatever you want to say, but I do live in Scotland.
It's the same difference.
Yeah, same difference. Yeah.
You were talking about Minecraft earlier, FedMC, chat, and everybody here. Minecraft Nether update. That shit
Amazing.
Is awesome. Best fucking update so far, I think.
Here's
so
the
many
thing,
new
right?
things.
The previous updates are good and all right, but the Nether is something that has consistently needed an update.
Yep.
For ever since it's been like a thing, because the only reason I would go there is to get the stuff necessary for the fighting the Ender Dragon.
Exactly. Now I can
That's
live
the only
there.
reason to go there. Yeah, now I can live there, and I can set a respawn point thing.
Yeah, dude. It's so cool. I mean, it's hard. It's definitely hard sometimes traversing it because, you got the warped biomes, which the warped biomes are really cool. Because the Nether it's got more layers than the overworld in the sense that, you'll be on one level of the Nether, and then several feet below you, or like 50 feet below you, the biome continues down to the floor of the Nether, and it's this really interesting, verticality of it too, which makes it really hard to traverse. And that's how the Nether's always been, but
yeah,
I find it especially hard in those basalt biomes with the black stone and the basalt and those lava pools, because those magma cubes just come out of nowhere and just smack you into the lava. And that shit's crazy. But I think it's a really fun update. I want to stream some more of it in the upcoming week, ladies and gentlemen. So be on the lookout for that. I got a really cool idea cooking. And
to be honest, I think we should do something together. Like,
absolutely.
Absolutely. I know you're on PlayStation, but I wish there was some way for us to get a realm or something.
It is cross-platform, Bedrock Edition. So.
Oh yeah. No, but like, we can play together. But like, how cool would it be if we could have like a massive realm?
Like just a giant server.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, man. PS4, PS4 doesn't have servers yet. Like, there's a tab on Minecraft that says servers, and then for the longest time, it's just saying coming soon.
Kind of like factions.
Wow.
Well, I went there.
Rip factions. Rip Black Ops 4.
It's coming.
Oh yeah, no. Factions and Zombies Chronicles 2 and all this cool. It's all coming. It's coming. Don't worry. Not clickbait.
Here's the thing, right? You know when they add it in, like into Black Ops 5 or whatever, it's gonna. I don't think it'll live up to the hype now.
It won't. It's at this point, it's like it's a meme, like the Noah J Firebow tutorial.
Yeah.
Like it's a meme at this point.
Yeah, just like. Yes, factions are coming. They're coming in the next update, and we'll have them out right for you. No, and it's like no. Factions are going to be coming out with DLC 2, new zombie experience, Ancient Evil.
Nope.
And then they just didn't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. They just shut down. They were just like, nah, it's just.
Do you think they had it finished, or do you think they were just like saying it?
I think there was an intent. I genuinely believe Treyarch wanted to make factions into a system.
Yeah.
I don't know what the behind the scenes aspects of it were that made it not work and made it not come out. You know, I feel bad that here's what I think. You know, they had enough confidence to announce it, even if it wasn't 100% done. Something had to have happened to either cancel the production of factions, or it was just so broken and so messed up that they just didn't even bother putting it in, and they just swept it under the rug. I don't know. Those are the first things that come to my mind when I think of factions, and it's unfortunate because I do feel bad for them because, you know, I'm sure they worked hard on it, and, you know, who knows what happened.
Here's the thing, right, Phil? They revealed it at the Black Ops 4 event, obviously, right? And from that time, what time would that normally be for a COD cycle? Like DLC 2, roughly? DLC 3, maybe?
Yeah, because the reveal event was May, so that's like in between like a DLC 2 and a DLC 3.
Well, technically, even though they had like half a year to kind of work towards it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had half a year to work on it. You could say that they had a whole year to when they said they were releasing it properly.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And the thing is, right, is obviously I didn't really have high expectations for it. Like, and I thought it'd be cool. I thought it'd just be something like, you could earn rewards.
My thought would be Destiny, like a Destiny system.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
But since they've left it so long, like I've said, I feel like when it comes into the game, people are just gonna be like,
they're just not gonna care.
This? Yeah, it's like, okay, we've had, like, you could say we've had them before, like in World War II. I'm pretty sure there's a system where you can get contracts.
Yeah, it's the quartermaster, and you go and get contracts, and, you know, you exchange them for, or you buy them with armory credits, and then you get like supply drops out of it after you complete the challenge, or you get double XP or something.
You can get actual weapon contracts, though. Like, there's weapons that you can like earn by playing zombie. Like, we've had it already in World War II.
Right.
Not like completely. Like, I'm sure they definitely had more focus on it.
Right.
They wouldn't have made it such a big deal unless it was something that they really were proud of.
Yeah.
But then it just never came, which, you know, no one knows why.
Who knows, man? It's just I just still find it hilarious when people still make factions videos, like, you know, the truth behind factions, and like, you know, Zombies Chronicles 2, the truth, 2020, updated.
Yeah.
Like, give it a rest. Give it a rest. It's not coming.
Stop it, he's already dead.
Stop, it's already dead. Oh my god, man. Rep factions at the end of the day, though. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, but I don't know. I want to kind of backtrack to Minecraft a little bit. I think. I think the new blocks, the new blocks are fucking beautiful. I think to look at.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think what's really interesting is, for the first time since not the first time since the game's release, but for the first time in a long, long time, the last tree type we got were I think it was the dark oak logs and the acacia logs when they added those. And how long ago was that? I mean, I have no clue how long ago that was.
Like, it would have to be ages, right?
Yeah, but now it's like we got two new wood types, which is actually kind of exciting, and I love how I think I like the blue, the teal colored, the warped wood better a little bit than the crimson one, even though the crimson wood looks really cool.
Yeah.
But for the first time ever in Minecraft, there is something stronger than diamond, netherite. That's what's insane to me. Like,
that's cool.
The meta of Minecraft
has changed.
You know, no longer is it going to be like diamond is still going to be cool, But netherite is now the new rarest element in the game.
The way it works is you have to craft that block thing with diamond armor, isn't it?
Yeah, so essentially what you have to do, we have to get this stuff called ancient debris in the nether.
Yeah.
And you collect it, and it gives you either like the netherite that you put into a smelter or a furnace, and then it gets you the ingot. And then what you do with that at the end of the day is you go to those craftsman workbenches, and if you guys remember or know what those craftsman benches are, it's those things that turn villagers into blacksmiths so you can trade with them. Players can actually use those now and craft the diamond item, like diamond sword or whatever, into a netherite sword. And I just saw someone in the chat bring up right now, gold is actually useful now. Gold's usefulness is so it's just the stock of gold has gone up exponentially.
Yeah, stonks. Like
stonks.
I think it's good they did because you have to wear one piece of gold armor, isn't it? And then them guys like you.
The piglins like you, and then you give them a gold ingot, and they trade you, and you get that crying obsidian. Combine that shit with glowstone, you can respawn in the nether.
I like this touch, and I said it ages ago, like they need to do this. But finding portals in the normal world, like
that's a thing too.
How cool is that? How cool is that?
It is sick. It is really cool.
Like I just think overall it's such a neat touch.
Absolutely. They also have so they have abandoned nether portals which spawn both in the overworld and in the nether.
Yeah.
And then they have bastions in the nether now, which are like abandoned fortresses that the piglins and the hoglins live in, and there's loot and stuff in there. And it's like these giant black towers that just look menacing, that it's all broken inside, and you have to traverse it. It looks really sick. Let's see. When you smelt it in the furnace, you get netherite scrap. You need 4 of that and 4 gold to make an ingot. Wow. So okay, I got it wrong then. So the process to getting a piece of netherite is more complicated than I thought it was. Jeez.
It's usually complicated, but I think people will get it down to like a
get it down to a science.
Do you know what the next update needs to be?
What do you think the next update should be?
I think it should be they should make a heaven update and make it so you get them portals with the glowstone. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Did you ever go up with the memes?
Dude, I remember seeing, was it the ether portal or something like that? What was it? But I know what you're talking about though. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, so no, all jokes aside, that's just a giant meme. But I think the next update realistically should probably, I don't know, maybe the end. Maybe they do something to the end, because I feel like the normal Minecraft world.
I mean, I think a caves update is in order.
Oh no, actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, caves update.
The big caves update that everyone wants should be the next Minecraft update when it comes out in probably like another year from now.
Yeah, no, that is definitely like 100%. Like, yeah,
absolutely. I think that's next. I
couldn't agree with you anymore. I think they just need to overhaul like the whole like. I think this is just a personal thing, but you're digging and like you getting all these random blocks that aren't stone and a stone you want.
Yeah, the diorite and andesite, all that.
I feel like they should only spawn at certain levels if they do a big rehaul. Like that just mean like
that makes sense.
If I went down to like really far down and it's like diamond level.
Yeah.
I should only be expecting to find like stone and other stuff that's important. I should be finding like dirt.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any of the other diorite and shit.
Yeah. The blocks look cool when you finger them together. Like I think it's that one that you just said that.
That's the white one.
Cool. Yeah, no, they look sick when they're put together. But like, I think stone and wood are probably the most valuable things in a Minecraft world.
For the most part, yeah.
That's how you create most of your stuff. But no, I want to hop on tonight to Minecraft and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna start a new world, a fresh new world. And I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing too, like with the caves update, I think they need to add some sort of new ore, some new element. they've already done a lot. They've already done diamond and gold and coal and redstone. Like they got all this stuff. I'm thinking like copper and bronze and silver and amethyst and more like that.
Do you think they can make some sort of enhancement to like the redstone system and like make it so like there's ores like you said copper, like there's different types of metals and things like that you can get?
I think they absolutely should. And then you can take the copper, you can craft the copper into a copper wire, and it goes a stronger redstone signal. I think that'd be really sick. Uranium, that's another good one, chat. Like in big like mountains or like abandoned mine shafts, uranium mines, and you can have nuclear powered redstone contraptions. I think that'd be sick as fuck.
You know, it'd be cool. Imagine a volcano update.
Dude, honestly, I'm down.
You know, you got to the top of a volcano, right?
See, what do you think they'd use? I'll answer your question in a second, Lobster. Go ahead, Cosmic.
Oh, no, you can answer the question first.
Oh, so what do you think they'd use silver and things for? Well, let me bring up the 4 things that I mentioned. Copper, redstone contraptions, and petty trading. And what I mean by petty trading is little small things you trade for, like bread, seeds, you know, a wooden hoe, whatever. Silver would be the next tier up for trading. You get better equipment, better things. Coal, meat, you know, maybe like an iron pickaxe or something. That's like the best thing you can get with silver. And then, of course, gold would be the next tier up for like a money economy system for like villages and things like that. But what was the other one I said? Bronze. Bronze could, you know, be an armor type. You know, I think it would be between iron and leather armor. I think it could be a armor type and a equipment type. And you know, it kind of bridges the gap between leather and iron. And then amethyst would be for making, you know, some sort of, not jewelry, but like really pretty blocks and really decorative. And, you know, I would think certain villagers in the village would want to trade amethyst with you, like the cleric and, you know, other professions like that, because they have a lot of value that you can bring. You give them an amethyst, they'll give you an enchanted book. Or like, you give a amethyst to a librarian and they give you an enchanted book.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea, Lobster. Silver weapons hurt mobs more.
Oh yeah, no, things that are more dedicated to like actual like mobs and that. Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. You know, it would be under. I think would have to be under diamond, but just slightly above iron, because then you do more damage to mobs. You know, but on the contrary, it would not do as much damage to players. That would be your balance.
Yeah, it wouldn't do
and other living beings like pigs and cows and things like that.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking idea, actually. So I don't know. I think little things like that. I've thought about the cave update before. I think those are the things they can add to it for like more ores and materials, in my opinion.
I think maybe as well as add a new sort of variety of weapons, maybe like obviously, I don't think Minecraft's the type of game where like, you know, guns or anything needs to be in it. I think Minecraft's good for just being good old simple, like, you know, swords and stuff and things like that. But I think, like, imagine if there's a version of TNT you could throw. That you could throw it.
Fuck it. Put it in a cannon. Launch it as a cannonball, you know?
Yeah, oh, hey, that'd be cool, yeah.
That'd be cool. You know, I think battle axes would be a cool addition.
Maybe you can hit... Yeah.
Yeah, like a battle axe. Because you know a lot of people use axes already to kill stuff in Minecraft.
Yeah, I use it for the most part.
A battle axe would be your substitution, where a battle axe is a sword and an axe at the same time. Where it mines a tree down really fast, but then you can also kill mobs with it, and it's got that really cool design to it. I think. They feel like they should add more mobs. See, I don't know. I think they got a lot of fucking mobs.
I don't really feel like maybe the next thing they could do is add in a new type of world, like if they wanted to.
If anything, they should add more passive mobs. Like
things that help.
More animals. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of animals off the top of my head, like a duck, or like, I
Well,
don't know. I mean, I
they
wouldn't be able to.
have they have polar bears, but what they could do is, in certain climates, they could have different types of bears.
Yeah, and also
I mean,
bears are kind of useless in the game. I don't know, like, what do they do besides get mad at you if you get near them?
they just kind of look cool.
And see, that's the thing. I think bears need to do something.
Maybe you could tame them.
Bro,
If you
could you
get some honey
imagine?
or something, maybe you could like tame one.
I'm down. That's a great idea.
Or you
That's
just be
cool.
kind of like, how there's like the bad people that come and kill you, like come and raid
Oh,
your
the
stuff.
pillagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how they have that big rhino thing?
Oh, yeah. That thing is a beast.
Your equivalent of that would be a bear.
That's a good idea. I like that a lot.
Like,
Let's see. Most of them are just the same. They feel the same. Yeah, I mean, because you kill a cow, you kill a pig, you get the meat, you cook it. Yeah, it's like, it's the same old that you're used to with Minecraft. I get it. Um,
hmm.
A food overhaul could be really interesting too. Food
Oh
crafting recipes, different stews, different gourmet meals that you have to like really work for. And, maybe they add, like the campfire has an extra step that it can go where like you make a cast iron pot and you combine a campfire with that, like you create an iron pot out of like some iron ingots or nuggets or whatever,
yeah.
and you
Maybe
combine that and like you cook the food over that and it makes new recipes.
Yeah. Maybe they could do something like villages, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could have like more established communities around the world, and you can go into them, and then they'll give you challenges to do. You go do their challenges, like get me like
Yeah.
5 blocks of wood, and you have a time limit thing to do it. So you do that, you go back, and then they give you like a reward.
Side
It could be
quests.
around. Yeah.
Dude, side quests in Minecraft would be sick as fuck. And
And like the things they give you are
yeah.
only available from them, so you have to do like.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
That's cool. I feel like they should add more plants and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they got flowers. Flowers really only make dye. Sugar cane makes sugar, obviously.
They can add more hostile plants. Like I think if they add that, what are they called them? The ones that eat flies.
Oh, the Venus flytraps. Oh shoot.
Yeah, they should add something like that in.
Well, like, what would their function be? I wonder.
Maybe just do damage to players or anything that walks over them, so you could use them as like a line of defense, or you could have them in your house and just move about.
Well, there's also the snowberry bushes that already damage players.
Oh yeah.
But I like the Venus flytrap thing. That could be that sounds like it could be something. Unless they added like flies to Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is just a black dot just flying around your screen. And then it lands in the Venus flytrap, and then you get like a little bit of XP from it because it died.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I think overall we kind of got sidetracked with like our own ideas for like Minecraft. But I think overall the Nether update is probably the best update so far.
Yeah.
I did notice one thing though that I will say.
What's
the
that?
Mobs in the overworld seem a bit more aggressive. And I don't know if it's just me, but when I went into a cave, even though I put torches down too, they would just keep spawning. And they were just super aggressive. And
me and my friends were playing last night, and I was dumbfounded about the amount of mobs that were about.
Right?
There's like 20 skeletons. I'm not even joking. There's like 20 mobs were chasing me.
Yeah, see, I'm not the only one. There's like a shitload more mobs.
And I'm like, what's going on? And my friend's just sitting in his house laughing, and he's looking at me.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? This isn't fair.
Shoot. I mean, and then the other thing that I think is a con, it's a con and a pro, because number one, there's a lot of them, but number two, they still kind of suck to deal with. Endermen spawn in the Nether now in the warped forest biomes.
Yeah.
I think it's a blessing and a curse, because now you don't have to go painstakingly hunting for Endermen for Ender Pearls. You can just find a shitload of them in the warped forest when you get to the Nether, and you can get your Ender Pearls that way. But then it's also a curse because you look at them the wrong way and you don't mean to, and you're gonna die. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think those are my two only problems with the update so far. And
but overall,
overall it's fantastic.
Outweighs the negative quite well. I think that's
one
drastically, that has impact on the game. So
that's fantastic. But I think on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode of the podcast. End it off on a high note. You know, the Minecraft Nether update, the best update Minecraft has probably seen so far. And yeah, Cosmic, do you have any closing thoughts before we go ahead and wrap things up today for episode 6?
We just need to cancel movies. No more movies. No more high budgets because they're all bad. So that's it.
Oh my god. Could you imagine just movies just stop being made?
Cancel.
Yeah, that was a bit of a hot topic today. That was a good topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up today. Thank you so much for watching episode 6 of the Division Z podcast. If you want to see more, go ahead and follow me right here on Twitch if you haven't already. Make sure you go ahead and check out Cosmic's channel. If you're watching the video version of this podcast on YouTube, his link to his channel will be in my description and at the end card of this video. So I guess with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in this crazy world. I will see you guys Monday at 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. And bye. I don't know how else to end this off, but peace out.